Friends, Acquisitive Margot here, and we are back with Chapter 5 of Dysfunctional Systems, Learning to Manage Chaos. Cyrus and Winter are kind of having a moment here. And it wouldn't be weird if she wasn't, like, half his age. I don't know how old he is. We will not fail. I lift my head and look at him again. He shivers and looks from me to the fountain. I'll make sure of it. Meh. But only if you shape up. I'm terrified. I know. Okay. Let's finish this up, alright? I push away from him and wipe my eyes and cheeks. I feel as though this is too much for me to take. It's hard to have faith in Cyrus. The further I go down the path of a mediator, the harder it is to have faith in anything. Still, if I feel this is so wrong, then I ought to stop it, right? I should stop this all from happening. I should stop this war, plainly and simply. I steel myself and stare directly into Cyrus's eyes, sure to convey my conviction. Sir. She's frowning at him, and he's kind of like, why are you looking at me like that? Yes? I am confident we will succeed here too. I'll also make sure that we will not fail. That mindset is good, Winter Harrison. Hold on to it. It's easy to lose. Alright, let's kill the president. She's smiling and she's like, my soul decides to flee from my chest. What? What? That's the obvious course of action. That isn't... No! No, it's not! That is the least obvious thing! Oh? Then what's the most? Talk to him? Convince him that he shouldn't do the thing he wants to do? Winter, we don't have time for diplomacy. What? Mediation is all about diplomacy! No, it isn't. I shouldn't even have to tell you that. Mediators are simply neutral parties that enter worlds with problems, assess the situation, and solve the issue by whatever means necessary. You really are scum! What? I look him in the eye, nearly snarling. What is it, sir? You think I'm deaf? Every student knows that how you handle things. That's right, people talk about you. Everyone knows that you're a murderous and cold... Ugh! And don't talk to me like I'm that stupid. I remember what they said at orientation. I know that setting existence to balance is totally important. I know how needed it is, but I thought we were more heroic than that, and I can't believe I felt confident because of you. Do you even hear yourself? What is necessary? We should lower ourselves to that barbaric level. Damn! She just kind of verbally slapped him a little bit. I'm really starting to tire of your lip, Harrison. Now listen here. Many in Brighton do not support aggression against Gabriel, I've heard. It's only natural. War is a terrible thing. Furthermore, while their poverty extends far, it could be argued that this situation is for the best. Barnaby does not see that, though. He sees his own solution as the only solution. The people do not side with him. That is at least one issue that need to be addressed. They must support him. They must feel that his decision is right. So, I will kill him. In doing so, the blame should be placed upon Gabriel, and it should be clear to the populace that they have an enemy to fight. What is he saying? Was all that talk before to prepare me to accept this evil? To prepare me for these calculated deaths? You're not just asking me to support killing a man, are you? You're going to allow the nuclear bomb to be launched as well. Are you insane? I can't sit by and allow that. You've underestimated the plight of these people. For Barnaby, who has no real power, to wrest it for himself in such a dramatic fashion suggests that he is not willing to listen to reason. If we had longer than 4 hours, then it would have perhaps been possible to change his mind. But like this, just forget it. The nuke will be launched. All we can do is unite these people before they go to war. We can still bring this nation to order. Order? Does that bother you? Stability is a paramount, Winter. Ugh. So cool your head. My head is cool. My name's Winter, bitch. Bitch! Think about this logically, already. Being a mediator isn't a thing of emotion. That's... what? That's only your opinion, and you're only one person. Don't act as though you know everything. I don't know a lot, but what I do know is that murder is the worst thing a person can do. So horrible and disgusting and terrible that we don't even write about it, and it never, ever happens. What, you want to rebel against me then? I don't know. I don't know if I should, because you're kind of right. You're kind of right. You... Doesn't look like it. They're being so tainted by the Troubles that it is doubtful that I can convince the president to stop this. Killing him instead, though? Letting the nuke go off, too? Could I even forgive myself for that? Yet we probably don't have very much time. From what I've read and what I've heard, it seems that weapon can be released easily, very, very soon. Winter. Blast! I need more information! Are you saying that preventing the launch and war is impossible? I mentioned before that, with luck, it won't be. With their president gone and the only remaining leader being a backup, there may be at least a delay on the bomb, which would give us more time to attempt their plans. The death of the president could also lead to Gabriel taking Brighton much more seriously, since it signals a dangerous level of civil unrest. In which case, Gabriel would probably leash this nation completely before they even had the chance to launch the nuke. Alternatively, there is also a small chance, a very small chance, that Gabriel will give in to Barnaby's demands. In the likely case that none of these possibilities come to pass, however, you can still expect the relations between Gabriel and Brighton to proceed much differently from now on. Brighton citizens will believe that Gabriel has a strong hold on them, so complete that they can kill the president less than an hour before the threat of aggression. Some will be in fear to rebel against such power, but many will be emboldened in the belief that Gabriel has gone too far. What's more, once that bomb has gone off, the citizens won't be afraid for much longer. The fusion bomb holds unprecedented power here. Nobody understands it, not even Brighton. It could separate these two meddled nations and produce a new order. As an added bonus, once they see its power and grow to fear it, it's probable that this world will never see a nuclear weapon launched again. If Barnaby were to launch it now without this nation's consent, the people would condemn him as a tyrant. It would lead to both a civil war and an international one. We need to make him a martyr, a hero in death. He will be a sacrificial symbol of Brighton loyalty. Not loyalty, loyalty. And the people will follow him posthumously. I read that totally wrong. Gracious, he seems so sure of himself. Would this really be for the best? Would this bring about order? What should I do? Oh my Christ! All of my Christ! Oh my God! I have an option! Oh my- all of my Christ, I have an option, oh my God. Oh my God! Okay. Oh, shit. I feel like this is severely important. This isn't just some... Okay. I can either follow Cyrus and kill the president, or I can rebel and not kill the president. Oh shit, what should I do? You know... Cyrus... Okay, well, let's think about Barnaby for a second. He's done a lot of good for Brighton, as far as I'm aware. He's made a lot of promises. A lot of promises. I think it was 23 promises he made. And how many did he complete? Was it he completed 21 or he completed promise number 21? Gabriel is really powerful. Man, I'm having difficulties. You know what? Cyrus brings up a lot of points. He's been doing this for a while. I wish I knew more about politics and diplomacy and all that jazz. What good would come out of not killing a president? I mean, yeah, we have the high morals, we didn't kill somebody. But we're on a deadline. There's a nuclear bomb that's gonna go off. Christ. You know what? Let's just follow Cyrus. We can make Barnaby a martyr. And once we do that, if we kill Barnaby, he said it would probably give us more time to figure out another way to stop the bomb from launching. So long as we can do that. So long as we can just delay so we can figure out what else to do. I got to interact though, I'm so happy. We're like, what, 5 chapters in? I'm so happy. I got to interact. I got to make a decision. Yay! Ugh. Fine. I refuse to I refuse to invest any more heart into this. It's out of my hands. I'm just here to watch, yeah? Then that's what I'll do. If Cyrus wants to go around murdering people and being a terrible person, then I guess that's his prerogative. I'll just consider this an example of how not to be a proper mediator. This is all we can do, Winter. And, I mean, Cyrus went off to talk to, like, headquarter guys or whatever. So it can't be all that bad of an idea. Yes, whatever. I must say the thing I hate the most about this is that he isn't entirely wrong. Not about the murdering, that's definitely wrong, no question. It's just that I really don't know anything. Cyrus is a mentor. He's been doing this for a while. Evidently, from the candor of his voice, he's good at it too. Even if I took the lead, in the face of my inexperience, anything I suggest is likely to fail. It's so frustrating. Yay, I guess I made the right call. Winter? I'm pissy. I will follow you, but I hope you know that I won't be killing anyone. This is your blood-stained proposal, not mine. I'll watch and I won't help. That's all you're here for. That's right. I'm only here to watch and learn. That's all. As such, I stop talking and just stare at him instead. We need to find a library. Is that so? We need to find out where the president is. We visited this world before, but not this country. We don't know where their government office is, or even if it's where the president will be. We need to learn more, and quickly. This feels like a lecture. Wait here. He turns and runs off to a woman passing by, one of several women, and men, who seem to have begun filling the streets as the president's address assumably ends. Well, okay. I didn't exactly have the urge to flee just now or anything, although I wouldn't mind going home and ignoring all this. Demanding a withdrawal is a failure, though, so I will stick with it. Granted, I am sure it would make an exception for a situation as unique as this, but no. I have to see this through. I ought to see this through. I turned my attention back to my mentor, who has finally reached the woman. Until she notices him, he was wearing an expression so stern I'm sure it would stun her. But after that point, she is met with a bright face and a smile. He begins to talk to her amiably, outside of my earshot, and I stop paying him any mind. Something about that high charisma of his now disgusts me. Perhaps it's the basely manipulative angle from which he ultimately approaches everything. Ends justify means, the needs of the many over the few, various ridiculous philosophies. Even for having to be around him, I feel gross and dirtied. Worse for being associated with him, and especially worse for letting him do what he wants. But, right, of course. I shouldn't let any of it bother me. Just as he said, my job is here to watch. This isn't my responsibility. You're only 14, like, this can't possibly... You can't trick me into feeling that I or she am gonna feel partially responsible for this. She's only 14. She has not been doing this for very long. The other mentor she was under was for like 3 days, so she is brand spanking new to this. At least to field work. Let's just kill the president and get it over with. Let's just kill him and then we'll move on to the next step. Distance from him now, I start feeling much calmer than before, and when he returns, I have settled down enough to feel oddly impassive about the whole situation. I just asked for directions. There's a library close by. Come on, we're running. Excuse me. With that, he takes off in a sprint, clearly slower than his true pace. I would guess for my benefit. For a second, I contemplate on walking, but I reason promptly that there is no point in making matters any worse. I follow, fast enough. Now she's just completely, like, unfeeling of the situation. Being in the presence of books has a place-sitting effect on me. I don't know why I couldn't read that. It looked weird. I like the art. I like the art a lot in this. I didn't mention that before, but I love how everything looks. Everything looks good. Ever since we entered here, I've been breathing sighs. Everything makes sense in books. Everything is carefully placed, planned out, logical, and clear. They reflect on what I once admired in reality. Of course, reality doesn't offer such things anymore. After all, here I am, sitting in the library of another world, my mentor tapping away at keys to find a man to kill. I wonder what kind of books a world with wars has. Ones about bloodshed and suffering? As long as they're fiction, I might be able to read them. Granted, I've lately found it difficult to determine what exactly fiction even is. True, I mean, if you have worlds that are actual, like, fantasy world with magic, then what is fiction anymore, if all of it's real? Got it. I almost say that's good, but I catch myself from automatic politeness. Nothing about that is good. I should have sabotaged his computer somehow. Well, I suppose all that's left is a man to murder. I give Cyrus a curious glance, to suggest a question, possibly one in eliciting the whereabouts of the president. He seems to pick up on it. Don't worry about where he is. It's not like it would mean anything to you. Instead, I've got to tell support. We can shift on our own to unconfirmed locations. Oh, we can't shift on our own to unconfirmed locations. I'll tell you this, though. The society is pretty open. The floor plan of the entire government building is online. I found it on a website offering tours of all places. I guess it's not entirely weird, but that is pretty open. The president's office is on the top floor, and we'll try going directly there. I break my gaze and look at his computer monitor. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Cyrus lifting his wrist to his mouth and talking into it. I could eavesdrop, but I don't really care to, and instead turn to the halls of bookshelves. Now here's a thought. If there are an infinite number of words, and a supposedly infinite number of worlds, then theoretically there's no limit to what has to be written, right? That would mean that each world has their own unique writings, their own unique piece of an infinite collection. How enlightening. We're going, Winter. I wonder how long I can keep up this charade of nonchalance. I'm afraid as soon as I take it down, I'll be completely aware of the severity and sickness of the oncoming event. So I don't want to go. I don't want to see this. I'm going to watch a man die. I'm going to let his city be destroyed. I can't believe I joked about this. I get that it's, like, totally devastating to her, but I'm not feeling as devastated. I completely relinquished my rebellion, and now I can't save anything. You could easily say that it was my fault, and wouldn't need to convince me. I could have done something. I could have tried harder. If this is a lesson, I want to stop coming to class. Oh, Jesus. Okay, you're making me feel bad a little bit. But let's not forget all of the points that Cyrus made. Let's not forget that. We're gonna kill the president, we're gonna buy us some time, we're gonna make him a martyr, it's gonna be fine. I must keep going, though, regardless of my feelings on the matter. Really, I have to. I have to keep doing this, and I have to keep dealing with him. If I'm going to allow this, then I can't hide from it. I look back to Cyrus. The coordinates have been sent to your ICD. We'll be going together in 5. I lift my wrist and turn the small screen toward me. There are coordinates and a countdown showing. Cyrus is taking something from his inventory. Whew! Is that a silencer on it? He already has a silencer on it. Before I even see it, I know what it is. A weapon. He pulls it out and I am at a loss for words. I only know it's a gun from being vaguely similar to one in my textbook. It looks much stranger than that textbook gun and seems disturbingly sinister. Perchance my way of thinking is warping my perceptions? Hopefully not. I wonder how Cyrus got it. We aren't given any weapons for our work, but we're allowed to take things from different worlds along our travels and store them within our inventories. Surely there's a story to how that gun wound up with him. Surely there's a story in how he got each of the doubtlessly countless weapons he keeps in his inventory. If I didn't loathe him, I might even ask. Oh, don't hate Cyrus. Come on. I don't hate Cyrus. I agree with this idea to kill the president. Just kill the president and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, my surroundings quickly change as the countdown reaches 0. Alright, so we're in the president's office now. Splendid. But I'm going to end the chapter here. And in the next chapter, we're going to kill the president. I wonder if it's going to give me the option to, like, opt out of it. Like, no! Like, watch him kill the president or tackle him to the floor and get the gun from him. If it does, I might just force Winter to watch this. I don't know why. I like doing that to characters. I like to put them in horrible situations. Alrighty, see you next time. Bye, guys.